Most cat owners believe they understand their cat until they realize something unsettling. Your cat has been studying you, watching you, reading you in ways you never noticed. And those quiet stares, the slow blinks, the way their eyes lock onto yours in the dark, none of it is random. It's communication. Deep, instinctive, almost parental. And if you've been missing these signals, you've been missing how your cat truly sees you. Because behind those eyes, your cat may not see you as an owner at all. They may see you as something much more important. Let's start with what most people get completely wrong. Most people think their cat staring is meaningless, just a random habit, maybe even a little creepy. But that's not what's really happening. In the wild, cats don't waste energy on meaningless eye contact. Every look has purpose. Every stare carries information. So when your cat looks at you, really looks at you, they're not just observing, they're communicating something layered, something emotional, something ancient. And once you see it, you can't unseen it. 1. The slow blink is not affection, it's trust at a parental level. You've seen it before. Your cat locks eyes with you, and then slowly, gently, closes their eyes. Most people think it's just a cute gesture, but here's what's actually happening. In the animal world, closing your eyes in front of another being is one of the highest forms of vulnerability. It means, I trust you enough to not watch you. Kittens do this with their mothers. They relax their guard because they know nothing will harm them. So when your cat slow blinks at you, they're not just saying I like you, they're saying you are safe enough for me to stop being a predator. And that's not a small statement. Here's where it gets interesting. If you slow blink back and they respond, you're entering their emotional language. A silent conversation most humans never realize is happening. 2. The unbroken stare isn't aggression, it's attachment monitoring. Now this is where many people get uncomfortable. Your cat sits across the room, staring, not blinking, not moving, just watching you. It feels intense, maybe even threatening, but in reality, it's the opposite. In feline psychology, this kind of focused attention is something kittens give to their mother. They watch her constantly, tracking her movements, learning her behavior, because their survival depends on her. So when your cat stares at you like that, they're not sizing you up, they're anchoring themselves to you. You are their reference point, their sense of stability, and without realizing it, they are constantly checking, are you still there? If this is making sense so far, take a second to like and subscribe, because understanding this changes how you see your cat forever, and we're only scratching the surface. 3. Dilated pupils reveal emotional overload, not just excitement. You've seen your cat's eyes suddenly go wide, pupils expanding until their eyes look almost black. Most people assume it means play mode, or hunting instinct, and sometimes it does, but not always. Dilated pupils also happen during emotional intensity. When your cat feels something deeply, curiosity, attachment, even a need for reassurance, their body reacts. Think about a kitten seeing its mother return after being alone. There's excitement, relief, a surge of emotion. The same thing can happen when your cat looks at you. Their pupils expand because in that moment, you matter. More than the environment, more than anything else in the room. And here's the subtle part most people miss. If your cat's pupils dilate while simply looking at you, not playing, not hunting, just watching, it's not instinct, it's emotion. And that emotion is tied directly to you. 4. The half-closed trust stare is emotional safety in its purest form. This one is easy to miss. Your cat is near you, relaxed, eyes half-closed. Not fully asleep, but not alert either, occasionally looking at you, slowly, calmly. This is not boredom. This is what scientists call a secure attachment state. It's the same state human infants enter when they're near a trusted parent. Their body relaxes, their awareness softens. They don't need to stay hyper-alert because something else is handling safety for them. When your cat looks at you in this state, they're not analysing you, they're existing with you, completely at ease. And in the animal world, that level of calm doesn't happen by accident. It has to be earned. 5. Night staring isn't random, it's protective instinct mixed with attachment. This is where things feel almost eerie. You wake up in the middle of the night and your cat is there. Sitting, watching you, eyes glowing faintly in the dark. Most people laugh it off or feel slightly uneasy. But this behaviour has roots deep in survival instinct. Cats are naturally alert at night. It's when their senses are strongest. But if your cat chooses to stay near you, watching you while you sleep, it's not just instinct, it's role assignment. In their mind, you are vulnerable, and something in them says, stay close, watch, protect. It's the same instinct seen in feline family groups. One rests, another stays alert, not because they were told to, but because the bond demands it, and your cat has placed you in that bond. But here's the part most owners never think about. What happens when that staring disappears? We'll get to that, and when we do, it changes everything. 6. Predator focus isn't about hunting, it's about learning you. There's a specific kind of stare cat owners often describe but can't explain. Your cat locks onto you, completely still, body frozen, eyes sharp, almost like they are tracking movement you can't feel. Most people assume this is hunting instinct switching on. And yes, cats are predators. But when this happens while they are looking at you specifically, it's different. In feline psychology, this focused stillness is also how kittens observe their mother. They don't just watch her move, they study her. How she reacts, how she provides, how she returns. Because in their world, the mother is the source of safety and survival. So when your cat enters that predator focus while staring at you, it's not aggression, it's assessment through attachment. They are reading your patterns, your energy, your emotional state. It's why sometimes they stare just before you stand up, or just before you feel something emotionally heavy. They are not predicting the future, they are reading microsignals you don't realize you're giving. And here's where it gets strange. The more bonded the cat is, the more intense this focus becomes. Not because they fear you, but because you are their entire world reference point. 7. The you are home stare happens when their nervous system resets around you. You've seen this moment. Your cat walks into the room, stops, looks at you, and something changes instantly. Their shoulders drop, their eyes soften. Sometimes they even slowly lower their head or blink once, very slowly. This is not just recognition, this is emotional regulation. In neuroscience terms, mammals calm down when they identify a secure attachment figure. For kittens, that figure is the mother. For domestic cats, it becomes you. So when your cat looks at you after entering a space, they are checking one thing first. Am I safe here? And your presence answers that question before anything else can. That's why even anxious cats can become still the moment you are near. Your body becomes their environmental signal, their emotional anchor. And over time, they don't just recognize you as a person, they recognize you as the state of safety itself. 8. The silent teaching behavior is one of the strongest parental lens signals. This is one of the most misunderstood cat behaviors in the world. Your cat brings you things. A toy. A dead insect. Sometimes even sits and stares at you after dropping it at your feet. People often think it's random, or annoying, or just instinct. But in wild feline behavior, mothers bring prey to kittens not just to feed them, but to teach them survival. So when your cat brings you something and watches your reaction closely, they are not just playing, they are engaging in a learned caregiving role reversal. In their perception, you are part of their family structure, and if you don't respond correctly, they may even repeat the behavior. Trying again, watching again, waiting for understanding. And here's the emotional truth most owners never realize. In that moment, your cat is not acting like a pet. They are acting like a provider, a teacher, a caretaker. Something deep in their instinct has flipped the relationship dynamic. Final warning. If these stares suddenly stop, it is not something to ignore. Cats do not break emotional patterns without reason. If your cat stops slow blinking, stops watching you, stops seeking eye contact entirely, something has changed. It could be stress, a shift in environment, emotional withdrawal, or even physical discomfort. Cats hide weakness by becoming silent and distant, so a change in their gaze is not just behavior, it is communication. The same eyes that once followed you with calm attachment may become avoidant when something feels wrong. And that shift is your earliest warning sign, because everything you just learned, the slow blinks, the staring, the pupil changes, the night watching, none of it is random. It is a continuous emotional language, one your cat has been speaking since the first day they trusted you, and most owners only realize it when something changes. Powerful closing. So the next time your cat looks at you, don't just see an animal staring back. See the possibility that in their silent world, you are not just a human in their space. You are the center of it, the safe place they return to emotionally, the figure they study when the world feels uncertain, the presence that tells them everything is okay. Because long before they ever learned your routines, your voice, your habits, they learned something far more important. You are home.